One of the first professions that you will want to pick up in Star Citizen is Space FedEx, also known as box delivery missions. This mission would require you to take your ship, which may very well be a starter ship, and drive to an outpost or a station where you are supposed to be picking up the package, which will be typically resounded by a cargo box or something like that. And you have to go all the way to the planetary surface, find your outpost, land successfully, and then go out and pick up at this aforementioned outpost this box delivery, take it into your starter ship while admiring beautiful views that Star Citizen can provide, taking off and hoofing it along to its destination. And yes, you will be impersonating, a FedEx or any other delivery service. You know what they say, no rain nor fog or anything else will prevent us from delivering our, box. But to be honest, nowadays, even a small, cargo ramp can stop them from delivering anything, and then you typically get a notification, your cargo couldn't be picked up. Go please to the cargo delivery endpoint and pick it up. Well, not today, gentlemen. We're gonna, in Space Star Citizen, we're gonna do it the proper way, yes. So join me as I will show you what a day in life of a Space FedEx guy means. So, first things first, you will want to choose a ship, and you can very well be a starter ship. For example, I'm taking this Drake Cutter, and I think the Drake Cutter is one of the best ships that can possibly be for delivering this type of mission, and that's it because of its utilitarian style, straight up in the cargo delivery, its door open up and you are immediately in the cargo hold, so it's perfect for delivering cargo. Aurora MR and Mustang Alpha are also capable of doing that, but they are much harder. Once you get into the ship, you will want to press Alt-R to notify your systems that you're running well, and also Alt-N, which will tell the ground control or the station or departures that you are willing to depart. Okay. Quick departure afterwards, picking up the landing gear, and we are out of this station. Yes, we're getting ready, and our small Drake Cutter, I'm always here very careful not to scrape the paint or anything else of that matter, because after all, I do love my Cutter Scout. Actually, it's not Cutter, it's Cutter. No, it's not Cutter Scout, it's Cutter. Yes, I do love my Cutter, and I want it to last. And look at this beautiful visuals. Oh, I'm just love it. All right. So, in a day in life, what we want to do, we want to first pick up the mission. You go that by going into your contracts manager, and you want to be picking up some sort of delivery route. I'm on Microtech, so I will be picking up the UDM delivery route, but you might well get some sort of evaluation first. And this is a typical pickup and box delivery mission. So you pick up a package from, let's say, Shubin Mining Facility and drop it at Ryari Caltech Research Outpost on Calliope. So our first destination is on Microtech. Right. The good thing is that this is being tracked, so you will have a pointer telling you where is your destination. For example, it says here, pick up the package, blah, blah. And this points us to the Shubin Mining Facility, SMO18. You spool up your quantum drive by pressing B, and then just by holding B, you will engage it and go all the way to your destination. Being the Space FedEx guy, it's actually kind of fun, and I do recommend it for the first-time players, especially now with the IAE event going on, because you have a free fly, so if you want to, dip your fingers into the Star Citizen, this is actually a good way to do it, and it's perfect because you can actually try it for free, and you can try most of these ships for free, so it's amazing. Just look at these gorgeous vistas, and if you want to really soak it up from a full immersion that the Star Citizen can give you and will give you by this seamless from space to feet, transitions, you might as well want to get in your ship and feel the full freedom and needless to say, I'm using for this Tobii Eye Tracker 5. So first of all, full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video, but I do receive a little bit of a kickback for getting my eye tracker. If you're really interested to pick it up, Tobii Eye Tracker is a fantastic piece of kit that allows you to really get 6 degrees of freedom. And actually, by moving your eyes, you're moving around your head around this around the cockpit as I am, and glancing at this beautiful sunset over the Microtech. So as you can tell, we are coming up on our outpost, and you can fully lean in and out, and later on, probably in a week or so, I will be organizing a sweepstake where you yourself can actually win a Tobii Eye Tracker. So stick up to the end of this video for a little bit more information about that. Also, I would like to point out that Tobii Eye Tracker, today is Black Friday, so it's 20% off until the 30th of November of 2023. So if you're thinking for, gifting yourself with an early gift, you might as well check it out. I personally am an avid Trek IR user, but after I get Tobii Eye Tracker, this thing sits in the shelf. What really surprised me was the ease of use. It just sits there ready for me. I don't need to put on complex machinery, and also I do have an Oculus Quest, to be honest. Quest 2. So this thing is ready to go every time I want it. I just flip the button in my Star Citizen controls, and I can immediately enjoy the full benefits of eye tracking. So if that's something for you, use the link in the pinned comment below, and you, as long as the discount lasts for the eye tracker during the Black Friday this week, that's until November 30th, you will get a 20% off. So you can actually buy it for the price of a Drake Vulture. Ship in game, but you get an accessory which will greatly help your immersion. Right, okay, with that thing being said, let us go to our box delivery. We have picked up our, box delivery, and also you would be supporting my channel, which I am really thankful for, by the way. So we are gonna go and pick up our box, which will be here on the Shubin mining facility on Microtech, SM818. So we're gonna open and come in, and also pro tip for you, and the reason why it's so great to do the box delivery missions as your starter missions, what you want to do is you want to check out if there are empty crates around here, or actually not empty. There are crates with loot and equipment, and you can do a lot of things. So I'm not telling you to rob your customers, I'm just telling you that you might as well go check out, and if there are empty crates with equipment and gear that you might want to use, well, you'll figure out the rest. Here is our box, and we're gonna pick it up, and then we're gonna drop it off to the Rayari Caltech Research Outpost as instructed by our Mobiglass. Yes, we're gonna be cycling, and then we're gonna go to our cutter, where we will be basically placing it on our cargo hold and delivering it to the destination. Pro tip, guys, you will be earning a roughly 5,000-ish AUEC, which in itself is not very much. However, you can daisy chain these missions, and also, if you're really smart, you can look into your Mobiglass and look, because some pickup points are also some drop-off points. So, for example, I could have had like 2 boxes that I needed to drop off here because of 2 other contracts, and then pick up 3 more boxes that I can drop off at the Rayari Research Outpost. So if you can daisy chain them, you can make a starting decent amount of money for just, a new beginner. And that way you can actually earn yourself a Drake Vulture that you would have spent real money to buy instead of getting yourself an Tobii Eye Tracker. Yeah, sorry, I had to cram that one in. Anyway, we're gonna be placing this thing here, box delivery, place it in the cargo hold, and this is the reason why I really love my little cutter, because you close this thing and you are ready to go. You can go all the way to your destination. So with that thing being said, let us go there. Okay, and immediately you got everything updated to our next waypoint. So as we enter the pilot seat, we will be going all the way. And by the way, as I've mentioned, it's an IAE, which means International Aerospace Expo, and during this, Star Citizen is free. So you can actually just go to robertspaceindustries.com, create an account, download the client for free, and try some of the ships for free in Star Citizen, which would be really cool. So why not? I just do advise you that if you do that, you set your home location to Stanton and New Babbage, because that's where the IAE event is being held and the ships are being put on display, so might as well do that. Okay, so we have taken off, and while we are taking off, we're gonna be going to our destination, to Calliope. Now, I'm just gonna go and a little bit time skip a video a little bit until we are out of the atmosphere, and pressing B will spool up our quantum drive. So when the quantum drive is spooled up, what we're gonna do, we need to, well, basically hoof it out of here. But sometimes it can happen that, as you can tell, especially if you're new to the game, that the endpoint can be obstructed by the planet. In that case, what you can do, there are certain points around the planets that are called OM. Alternatively, what you can do, you can go and set directly the route and click here, set route, and those will be highlighted for you. However, due to a bug that's always present in Star Citizen, hopefully it will get fixed with the new, UI. What you're gonna do, you're gonna just go and look for any marker that says OM. OM means old orbital marker. So let's check out this one, and they're typically a little bit bigger. For example, OM5, I don't know exactly where it is, but I know this. OM1 is situated above the north pole of the planet, giving you a full view of its surroundings. OM2 is located below the south pole of the planet. So I'm now trying to figure out where the orbital marker. This is OM3, so that's not going to help me a lot. And this one is OM2, which means it's below the south pole of the planet. So if I go there, my view will be completely unobstructed and I will be able to end up at Calliope. So this is a little bit of, beginner tips for you if you are just starting out with box delivery, and box delivery is typically a beginner's profession until you get your, that way you will learn how to take off in your ship, how to repair your ship, how to fly to a destination, refuel, get out, start doing contracts. So I find this as a perfect opportunity for you to get your feet into the Star Citizen. Right, with these beautiful cinematics, we are gonna go to Calliope, and when we come to Calliope, we will be able to go to the Ryari Research Outpost. Right, so we're here, and drop-off package is 582. Typically what I do, I power on and off my quantum drive, and as soon as the calibration and it spools up, you can press and hold B, which will get you to your drop-off point. There we go. We are waiting until it accelerates, and off it goes. Yeah, beautiful. Here you can see an example of me using my OB eye tracker 5 to keep my eyes on the target while we are traveling in quantum drive. This is actually a small quality of life, but it really helps the immersion. I really love it. Anyway, as we are approaching our drop-off package, we can clearly tell that this thing is cold. And honestly, I do love Microtech, but Microtech is so cold. On some occasions, you really have to, wear environmental suits. Kind of reminds me of Sweden in the winter, but what can you do? Anyway, let's switch to a little bit more cinematic view as we gently transition down towards the surface. And here's another tip. I'm gonna be deploying my landing gear pretty soon, at any moment now. Here you go. This is not so important for the box delivery missions, but previously I was doing a lot of videos in terms of salvage, and I've been doing, this like unlawful salvage where I pick off, and if you're doing smuggling, you're gonna be ending up at the salvage yards like Brio Breaker Yard on Daymar. In that case, I'm approaching the destination with the spooled up quantum drive and the deployed landing gear. So, if poops hits the fan, I can hightail it out of here like there's no tomorrow. Minimum risk here, because this is not, a PvP hotspot like, for example, the salvage yards are. So you're pretty safe here as long as you come into the no fire zone, you can actually be pretty safe. So I'm actually flying low. Drop-off package will be in 3 kilometers roughly. I have my landing gear deployed just to make sure I don't forget it. Main reason why I deployed so early is because I would forget it later, honestly, guys. So, coming in to our landing point, what you want to do is you want to come as close as you can to your drop-off point, and as you can tell, it's between those 2 landing pads. So, come to think of it, I'm not gonna go and land on the landing pad because there's no point. If I land on the landing pad, then, well, I have to walk quite a distance to get there. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna land just beside the outpost entrance, next to this little hut, so that I can quickly and easily get in. Especially if you don't have a good environmental suit or you're just using your flight suit, it might get tricky. Alright, so let us keep an eye on our landing pad, and I'm just trying to review how to land. Oh, and there's a light. Well, I would like to avoid hitting the light, so I'm gonna be carefully monitoring where I am and lean my head to the right, tracking where this outpost is, making sure that I land quite close to it. Beautiful. Oh, I just love this view. So, landed. Perfect. There we go, beautiful view, and it looks amazing. Turning off the engines, so let's open up our cargo bay doors, and then we will be exiting our pilot chair by pressing Y. There we go, getting out of the chair, and it's time to pick up and drop off our box. You know, space FedEx style. Let's go in. Right. Okay, our box delivery is in the cargo hold, so there we go. Here's our box, pick it up, carry, and then we're gonna be hooftailing all the way down to the Rayari Research Outpost. Yeah, there we go, Rayari Research Outpost. Most of these have similar models, but they're gonna be updated quite soon. And actually, guys, it's really great time to get into the Star Citizen because Pyro is coming soon, a lot of things are gonna get updated, and it's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really hoping that it's... I mean, CitizenCon, this was the best CitizenCon to date, and I was really pumped to see all the things that are gonna come. Granted, it's gonna take a while, but we're there. Alright, so Rayari Caltech Research Outpost. So, one important thing, when you come to a research outpost, I was asking the guy, should I leave it here? And he was looking if there's space, but what you really want to use is this drop-off terminal. So if there is a drop-off terminal, you want to drop it off here. And then you press place, put in the cargo box, and boom, bada boom, you have completed your contract and getting some space, cha-ching. But we're not done yet. There are a couple of tips, as I said earlier. So one of them being, you do want to go and check out all of the outpost, outpost huts or whatever you want to call them, to make sure if there are more of this wonderful equipment that you want to pick up and loot and use, because if you're just starting you might not have armor yet, and some of these have boxes where you can actually find it. Right, so that's also something to keep in mind. Oh look, they look just beautiful, didn't I say that? Right. Also, so once you're done with that, you want to get into your cutter and hoof-tail it out of here. By the way, guys, if you come this far, I'm gonna be hosting basically a Toby eye tracker sweepstakes, so that you can also enjoy this beautiful cinematic views like I'm doing, and also get a full head of 6 degrees of freedom, not just in Star Citizen but other games. Alright, follow me and you will see it in the upcoming videos. Now let's go and enjoy flying. Tip number 2. You might want to know and watch where you're going, because then otherwise you will hit a lamp like I have, and that's really a stupid thing to do. So you really want to be looking where you're going and enjoy rather than getting these cinematic views. Sometimes they don't pay off. Tip number 3, as I said, you might want to use any starter ship. This is an example of cargo delivery mission using a starter pack Aurora. And Aurora is perfectly capable of doing that, and this is another example of me looking all the way around. And here is Mustang Alpha. This is also capable of delivering the mission. So, guys, if you like the video, throw a like and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.